Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Relentless Bush East continued. Although at the moment we are slightly diverted from our achievement going. Right now we are trying to go ahead and finish fighting Great Britain. So we've had some rough episodes and some smarter episodes, and well, at the end of the last one I think I finally came up with a brighter idea. We're building up some more troops. That's right. Who would have thought that us with all of our manpower, we could actually build some troops around here. So if we have a look, we're now building up a whole template over in Russian Mexico. We're also building one up in Peru. All of this will make our life so much easier beating up all of these guys. Why we were running around with one army, I will never know why. But you know what? It's a hard lesson learned. I'm never doing that again. I will, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I don't do that in any future episode. But either way, we have, by episode I mean series of course, so right now we have some troops hanging around. I think we go ahead and we continue to see who we can beat on up. Once we're done here, we might try and re-siege a couple of these forts. That should give us some extra war score. We're only minus 33, we can swing at 50, like, you know, we would be pretty good off if we could get this done. Again, we're hoping for the idealistic position where Great Britain does not put all of her ships in one big doom stack and we can hop out and take them down. But again, we will have to wait and see, as there's not much else we can really do for now. Alright, so either way, here we go. We are working on a couple of sieges. It does look like we're heading... Yeah, we're making the most of our military access. These guys are sieging this down, so that should be good. It looks like Great Britain has a few ships, but again, nothing too important. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot, I think, considering where we have been in the past. Okay, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and find our current stack of troops in North America. Okay, so... we need at least some reinforcement before we go too much further. Our front lines have been fairly heavily hammered, so we do not want that to get us down. It does look like they're trickling in some more troops. We have Russian California over here helping us out. Maybe we go... You know what? I think for now we might actually be in a spot where we want to quickly head... Which direction? They're heading north. Yeah, they're going to zip through here. Maybe we could hold some defensive territory, but again, we need... What's this? 18, 19, 21,000 troops? 22,000 troops? You know, let's go ahead and we'll quickly make our way up over here. This is the mountains. That should be good enough for now. We'll try and hold this just to provide Alaska a little bit of relief. They're zipping by and unsieging everything that had been taken, so that is good for them. But again, we don't want them to get taken out too quickly. So we're going to go ahead and try and defend that. All of these troops might end up doom stacking us. It's possible, but we will have to see. We also have over in the Mediterranean... Yeah, we've got a few more ships that are finished being built. Let's go ahead and collect all of you. We'll obviously drop the light ships. They're not really much of a use. Let's bring everybody over to Sugla. That should be fine. We'll merge you just for convenience sake. And then... Yeah, I think we continue to save back up to 15,000 ducats so we can afford to pick up our... what do we call it? Our new sailing creed, or whatever it is you wish to frame it as. Alright, so apparently we're hiding from some strong enemies. I do not know where this is meant to be causing us trouble. Hang on, so Georgia, us, Caradel. Let's go ahead and move... No, let's go ahead and cancel the autonomous sieging for now. We're going to go ahead and work on that fort. These guys are heading down here, which I don't think is going to be too much of an issue. Let's just go ahead and take back Riga. That'll be fine. And then it does look like we've got a solid victory against Great Britain proper. Yeah, it's a nice change to be able to fight her instead of her subject. Yeah, so that'll give them a bit of extra war exhaustion. That's really good. Army tradition, obviously better for us. Losing a little bit of prestige, that also helps. Let's go ahead and chase you down. Again, I don't know if there's an army hiding in some of the fog, but I would be doubtful. But again, we're going to see what we can do. It doesn't look like they're not moving. Okay. Sure. That seems perfectly reasonable. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and make do with what we've got. That should be that. And then you know what? Let's just go ahead and deal with this autonomous sieging. We'll go ahead and we'll select everything around here. Just to make sure that they're not going too crazy. And then... yeah, here we go. That should be fairly good. I don't know if we'll get all of this, but at least that's all of our current occupations being sorted. And then, who knows? That might be useful. Alright, more conversions successful. That's lovely and all. How are we doing on that? Oh, actually, Kabul. Hang on a second. What are you doing? Let's have a bit of a look. It'll be the only non-orthodox position. Where... oh, wait a second. No, that's not quite right. We want over here, isn't it? Yeah, Kabul, Kabul, Kabul. This is... where are you? Over here. Oh, of course. There you are. Okay, so you're not in a... yeah, you're in a trade node. Yeah, look, you know what? We're going to quickly remove you. We can't do much there. Sure, we lose some stuff. We can't do things for another 5 years. But we can at least now start converting it. So you know what? That'll be good. Yeah, I can't believe... ah, there it is. All on its lonesome. How did we miss that? Alright. But either way, that should be fine. It looks like Great Britain's actually landing troops in Brazil. Oh, you know what? This is fantastic. This is actually really, really good news for us. We're already getting our troops in position, so we should be able to fight her well enough. We've got a good little stack of troops already popping up, which is excellent. What do we do? You know what? I think we just stand and fight for now. It doesn't look like they're going to try and attack us yet. It does look like they may try something, but again, it looks like we got to the mountains first. They know they can't beat us there, so that'll just let Alaska reign free. Can we go ahead and give them a gift or anything? Sure. Let's send them a gift. Actually, you know what? No, that's only a small amount. Not worth influencing them either. You know what? The money they've got is the money they've got. It'll be fine. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and stand here. We'll just double check to see that no one's trying any funky business. Also, too, if we can reinforce to maximum, that would be ideal. Let some of their smaller stacks run away or something like that, and then we'll jump out and pounce. They're still looking for peace, but that's fine. We're going to ignore that for now. Especially not since we have figured out a way of actually being able to fight back a little bit more effectively. Yeah, so they're still focusing on getting New Russia back. Alright, Siege of Riga is over. Okay, that's good. Then you, my friend, can go autonomously siege stuff. That'll be fine. Yeah, just making progress. That's all that we need. Progress is good. Progress is fantastic. They're definitely not trying to swing anywhere outside of here. Is there anything else we could do? I don't really see where we could attack their navies much. We could maybe swing over to the 13 colonies with our ships. Yeah, maybe that would actually be a good way of dealing with them. Maybe fight them in bite-sized chunks? Maybe let the Russian West Indies attempt something? Alright, well, you know what? If that's the case, let's go ahead and leave the transport here for now. These galleys might be in a little bit of danger. I don't know if they can necessarily cross the sea. But maybe it's worth just taking the heavies. Yeah, let's see if we can take just the heavies. We'll go ahead and give you 5 maneuver. That'll be fine. And then we're going to race you across to... we'll call it friendly territory. Yeah. That should be good enough. Let's go ahead and sail into port. Yeah, hopefully that's good enough. Yeah, if we lose too many, that could be a little bit of a problem, but again, we will have to see. It does look like we're finally getting all of our troops in position. It does look like Russian Brazil is getting ready to fight them back. Siege of Rund is over. Siege of... yeah, another place also done. This is good. Finally dropped them below 30% war score. We're working on more forts. This is all excellent, excellent news. They're down to 600,000 men. Oh, you know what we could do? Let us go ahead and sabotage their recruitment. There we go. So that should decrease their manpower and sailor recovery speed. That'd be very nice, because I'm sure they're burning through it at some point. We'll check the ledger, in fact. Is there... let's see. Not ships. That doesn't quite help us. We want... Let's see. Armies. No, we want navies. Okay, sailors. So Great Britain is out of sailors. Okay, so having their navy maintain supremacy, it is costing them a lot. So if we can engage with them, or even maybe build up a little bit more of our reserve, we might be able to pop out, take a fight, dip back, and then rinse and repeat a couple of times. It would be painful, but it could be something that is worth doing. Rations of alcohol, 90 days earlier, lose 10,000 ducats. How far through the process are we? 11th of January, 78. So that'll bring us back down to 77. You know what? I hate to lose the money. I really do. But we're doing it. We're doing it. We're going to get this done. That'll give us some nice little modifiers. We can then send our money in here and, yeah, get extra local trade power, global trade power, gain prestige, yeah, province, and then even extra merchants. All of these things are going to be so very, very useful. And, yeah, hopefully that should be fine. Again, there's still no saying that we may not actually reach that 15,000 in the meantime. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But again, we're making gains. This is a good sign. This is definitely the hardest fight that we've had to deal with. And yeah, I guess I just forgot the power of Britain, which, yeah, them and their... Yeah, what is that? Britannia rules the waves. I really forgot all about that. But either way, let's go ahead and pick up the power. That's ideal. Would have loved it to be military, but it is what it is. More occupations we can ignore. You're working through all of this. Yeah, know what? I'm not sure that they're going to try landing any troops. You know, we're going to go ahead and we're going to march down here and take back that fort in the meantime. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And then... what else have we got? Have we almost got our army together? Let's just double check. We're more or less finished. And then over here we're doing pretty well as well. So we've got a good front line. It's just going to be about the cannons and things that we're waiting on. Now, unfortunately, they do have 100,000 odd men here, so we do need these guys to hurry up. Yeah, that's fine. We'll ignore you. We'll ignore all of you. We're just going to be focusing here. Oh, monument in Kazan. Excellent. That's finally popped on through. So this extra 20 prestige will turn into power. 104 military is 124. Yep. It transfers into equal amounts of both, which is fantastic. That'll speed up our ID group. And then... come on, we can't be waiting too much longer, can we? 43 days. Oh, you know what? It's 100 odd days, so that's 3 months. We're going to be going through, but I guess it is what it is. We've got an extra stability modifier guy. Sure, we'll add him to the court. Or you know what? Morale of armies. Maybe we see if we can swap him out again. Discipline's not a bad plan. Oh, but you know what? We can't promote. Ah, that's a pickle. Let's fire the cheap people. And we'll see if we can roll something greater. Yeah, I think that's the best thing for us. Alright, occupation, that's all good. Let's see, anything else happening up over here? We've done a pretty good job. It looks like Alaska is a little less, minus 99%. I guess they've just been having their butts kicked in too many battles, and so they've added up. Let's take you. And I think we go ahead and we start working our way through some of these extra groups of troops. Yeah, again, we don't want them to really be recouping their manpower. They are, yeah, they're slowly regaining. Look at that, 22,000. Does look like they're working on some sieges. They're already out, though. They're still out. Yeah, we just need to get our men together so we can start, yeah, properly defeating what's there. Left a military coalition, a few people. Yeah, it looks like we're a scary nation. Who would have thought? Yeah, that might help out some of the relations. In fact... Alright, yeah, of course. We have a regency. That explains the over 1,000. But that's fine. Yeah, we might give up on that. But again, we'll see what we can do over here. Looks like... Let's see. You're heading down here. I think what we do is maybe we zip on over here and we catch out the smaller stacks. Yeah. Again, we know we can beat them, but if we lose less manpower taking out a smaller force, we can still progress where we want to. Alright, Highlands, we might get a -1. They'll be there on the 20th. We'll be there on the 22nd. Okay. Not much we can do about that, but that'll have to do. We have lost a cannon. Hang on a second. And... yeah, we've lost another one. Okay, quickly, let's call to arms. We need a new leader. Yes, okay, so it looks like one of our previously stack-wiped armies, the general managed to survive. Let's go ahead and march on forwards. We're going to quickly try and get there. Yeah, we just need to defend, or at least fight them back a little bit to where they're a little bit more scared of us. At least we've got a really good general, though, so that is ideal. Let's go. And make our way over there. You'll be there on the 5th, you'll be there on the 3rd. Okay, cool. Just making sure that we weren't sending a single regiment to their doom. That would be ill-advised. Trading in spices for spy network. Excellent. That's nice. We did get another stack wipe. That is excellent. We're now in a very comfortable position where they're going to attack us. Let's go ahead and consolidate. Yep, we have the numbers. We have the terrain. That sucks to be them. They also get the crossing penalty. They're locked on in. These are the battles that we wish to be taking. Yeah, even with slightly damaged morale, we can do a fair bit of damage. These guys, let's go ahead and... okay, we might lose a couple of troops, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah, or maybe it's not. Okay, well, either way, we'll see. So, we did get a battle there. We lost some more troops there. That's fine. You guys, let's go ahead and march around. Yeah, we're going to march our way back around over here. That should be ideal. Looks like we're re-sieging some of the land. That's at least helpful. Okay, what about down in Peru? 45... 60... Hang on a second, how many troops did we even spawn on in? 68,000, okay, and in fact, you know what, that's not even a proper size template. We really need to have at least, I believe 40,000 is our front line. We'll go ahead and we'll add in an extra, I don't know, 3, another 5 cav, and then... There we go. There we are. Template now. That seems good enough. Oh, actually, you know what? Just in case I forget, 1777. That'll do. So that'll be a future standard that we will hold ourselves to. We'll get to that later. These guys are chasing them around. Yeah, Great Britain still has those troops. Yeah, it's not ideal what's going on here. Alright, we're going to need to back on up. Everybody, let's move jungle or hills. Yeah, know what? There's probably more chance of a river crossing over here. Let's go ahead and quickly zip off over there. We can retreat, but we're not going to. We're going to wait a while longer. Again, we're trying to inflict casualties. That is our goal here. We have manpower, they don't. Alright, and it does look like they're about to arrive, which means we should probably... Yeah, we should probably bail. Yeah, we've already shattered. Let's get out of here. Where was everybody else going? Down to Pip Hill. Okay. Lose a little bit of war score. That's fine. We lost, what's that, 25? 28? Yeah, they lost a fair few. Again, spread out across everybody. That will keep their manpower nice and low. Does look like they're going on the offensive now. Peru is now starting to attack them. British Louisiana is still a bit of an issue. Alright, and we're still marching across down over here. In fact, let's just go ahead and take on the grasslands. That'll be fine. We have 52,000 men. Even if it's not perfect, it should be good enough for us to defeat all of them, even combined. We have some naval dominance there as well. Looks like revolution... Wait a second. How on earth have we got revolutionaries? I could have sworn that this got put down ages ago. Revolution. No. Is there some kind of center of revolution that I do not know of? Because I could have sworn that that got crushed ages ago. Like a very, very long time ago. I am very unsure as to what's happening there. How they got revolutionaries, I do not know. Alright, well either way, we'll go ahead and leave that on institution. Let's go ahead and focus on other things. Looks like we can go ahead and chase down some of them. These guys are... Yeah, these guys are heading up over here. Apparently we have access up over there. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Let's just go ahead and instead tell them to cancel autonomous sieging. We're going to hold this just in case they try to retake any of it. They're still heading all the way down over here. That should be fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, and we did lose a couple of cannons. That's to be expected. This is going to be a couple of quick stack wipes against us. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, not much can be done. Oh well. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, any extra government interaction? Maybe some Streltsy progress. You know what? In a couple of months we can. Oh, yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, looks like British Louisiana is not doing too good there. Yeah, if they can just keep up the assaults and cause trouble, that'll be very nice. It does look like... New Russia, occupied by Portuguese Louisiana. Oh, they're being declared. Well, that explains where our nation went. While we're at war, they capitalized. Oh, yep. Okay, you ratbags. Alright, well, not much can be done about that, so, we're just gonna have to let that be, as sad as that is. The things we have to do to retake stuff. At least, you know what, with a couple of cores, we just handed off fairly instantaneously, which is nice. So, it's not the end of the world. It's just far more annoying than it needs to be. Let's see. Occupied by Russia, that's fine. Come on, let's see if we can take out some more of the 13 colonies. 50,000 men is not a small portion of what they've got, so every little bit does count, because, let's see, that's 1/3 of their army. Taking that out is going to be very good. Let's just see, how are you guys going? Let's recoup a little bit. Yeah, okay, so that's not terrible. It's not wonderful, but it's not terrible. Stick in the hills for now. Yeah, we'll leave the Floridian separatists. I'm sure these guys are going to try and beat them down for us. Not intentionally, but it will be the result. As for these troops, I think we go ahead and we march. You know what, I think we let everybody catch up, and then we're going to go ahead and reinforce in Central America. Yeah, I think that's the only way we're going to be able to take care of them appropriately. Yeah. We at least have a pretty even front to back line, so if we do get attacked, we should be able to do some decent damage. But again, that's still not a guarantee, so that'll be fine. Looks like we got another solid stack wipe against the... oh, Great Britain's landing troops. Pomo. Ooh, hello, hello. 3rd of July. Alright, you know what? I don't even care that it's mountains. Let's go ahead and quickly... Actually, hang on a second. How long would it take us to move over here? They're going to be there on July, May, June, July. You know what? I think we go for an attack and then do a quick double back. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. We have enough troops. We know that even if we had less numbers than they do, we would still be able to defeat them fairly comfortably. The Siege of Roma is over, so that's an extra saving grace for us. Let's go ahead and march on back up towards the coast. As for that, it looks like we've re-sieged most things. You're heading up over here, you're heading over there. Oh, you know what? You can go ahead and re-siege all of that. That should be fine. Yeah, okay, so things are looking up. It's now down to minus 26% of war score. So, yeah, it does look like we are finally turning the tables. It's just going to take us a while. Hopefully we can just navigate this for long enough. All of you guys should be able to take care of this pretty comfortably. 28,000 men isn't a huge number. Yeah, oh, there is another stack wipe, so we did get that sorted. Looks like Great Britain is not bringing her troops to our port, which is fantastic. We'll let Alaska or California do their thing. We're going to send Alaska peasants. Okay, they're not going to break free, that's fine. We'll go ahead and... oh, here we go. They're heading down over here, so wait until they're locked on in, and we're going to force march our way over there, and we're going to cause them a major nuisance. Alright, they're locked on in. That's what we're after. Here we are. Let's zip on over. They'll be there on the 23rd of July, so... hang on a second. When would we arrive? 13th? Alright, we'll give it a couple of days, and then we'll see about a force march, just to see what we can do. So that's 25th. 22nd. We can get there just after them, but you know what? That's a very isolated peninsula of which they're going to have a hard time getting away from. So you know what? That gives us an extra reinforcement tick, which is fantastic. When do they arrive? 23rd of July. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Let's stop force marching. We'll wait a couple of days. They're not going to be able to do too much here. We'll wait till we can attack on the 13th. They're already running. Well, you can run as fast as you can, but I'm going to catch you, and it sucks to be them. Alright, so... yeah, you're still reinforcing. That's perfectly fine. We'll leave that be for now. You guys are almost at full strength, so we'll start bringing you up in a second. Again, let's just make sure that we deal with Great Britain's troops first. 13th of August. Yeah, okay, fine. They go after our little buddy. That's, it's not very nice, but we can still manage. When do we arrive onto the next spot? 26th? You know what, at this rate, we might even get an extra reinforcement tick, and if that helps minimize our losses, well and truly worth it for us. Alright, so we'll be there on the 9th of September. Let's just wait a couple of days, consolidate, and then we're going to go ahead and... well, you know, we're just going to leave that there. We can also go ahead and equip Streltsy, which is perfect timing. We'll go ahead and fire that off. Lose 2 war exhaustion, which we have none of, and gain 100,000 manpower. Not too shabby. Oh, that is so very lovely to see. Alright, so that's good. These troops are ready. Let's go ahead and give them a general. Let's march. Actually, you know what? We have 100,000 men up over here who don't really need a leader. You're fine for now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to send you over here. And then we're going to go... 26,000? Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and chase down those British troops, and then we'll deal with the rest. Looks like... oh, we did catch out some more troops. That's unexpected, but I'll take it. Yeah, whereabouts are we? Alright, here we go. That should be fine. That's a good stack wipe right there. That is what we want to see. We're now going to march around. And I guess we're going to start capturing some of them. These guys are on the move. Do we really worry about their troops, or do we let them finish things? Brazil. How? Okay, hang on. Let's just quickly double check their setting. Brazil. Here we go. Okay, so they're set to aggressive. They should take this fight, but maybe they don't feel like they can. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's okay. We'll come in and we'll deal with that. We'll prevent them from besieging any of British Columbia. That should be fine. We've got some good reinforcements, so that's all good. We've got some separatists or whatever else. That's, again, not a huge issue for us right now. They should manage that. Yeah, we'll march our way around. Let's see, where are we at? Louisiana's going to be in trouble there. Looks like we outnumber them. Working on New Russia, that is lovely. You know what? It's actually a good thing that we were occupied by the British. Otherwise, we would have been full annexed to Portuguese Louisiana. That would have been quite annoying. Alright, but either way, I think we should be fairly sorted. Yeah, they're chasing some good battles here, which is rather nice. Yeah, just clearing up what they can. Their numbers are quickly decreasing, which is lovely to see. Their manpower is disappearing as well. I think what's going to happen is once we catch up over here... this is the hills. You know what? They're locked in. Let's go ahead and quickly jump on this other stack. Yeah, it's not the best battle that we could ever take, but it does mean that we are taking out small portions. So that should be good. Yeah, this has just been a lot of management, this war. This has been remarkably painful. I think, in fact... no, Newfoundland. We have the numbers. Let's go ahead and fight them again. It's going to be in the hills. We'll get a crossing penalty. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Can we get there on the same day? 23rd? No. Okay. Yeah, there's no one else that we can really attack, but I think that's a pretty solid victory. We should be able to protect ourselves. We've got extra troops coming in from the north, which is excellent. We'll have them here in a couple of weeks. We've got these guys coming on in, so we should be able to deal with a few more of Britain's troops. And then I think we should be fairly close to being able to pincer the last of their larger numbers, and that will be very, very nice. And we should have... cancel that. And that should be pretty decent. Alright, so that was a victory. That's what we want. Let's just march on over here. Actually, you know what? Maybe not. British Mexico. Hills, jungle. Let's stay in the hills for a second and reinforce. They do have enough numbers where it would be dangerous enough for us to continue, so we'll just hold off for a second. We know we've got friends coming on nearby, so it's not a It's not a particularly dangerous plan. Yeah. And then again, it's just going to be a matter of sorting out all of these. So let's just do a quick numbers check. This is British Mexico. They're not a huge issue. 13 colonies. Okay, so that's 70,000 men. That'll leave them with 50. Yeah, so that's more than half their army, and we can annihilate that. We can annihilate the British who are trying to make their way over, so that'll be fine. We've got extra friends. Yeah, I think... Oh, and we've even got our navy. Our navy actually made it to port. Okay. Well then, you know what? Let's just quickly pop out and go for a nice little naval battle here. Yeah, British Columbia, let's take on some of your... Yeah, here we are. We finally have won ourselves our very first stack wipe, or no less, naval battle. That is so very good to see. It doesn't look like we've actually collected a couple of light ships. I don't wait. Oh, of course. Russian West Indies has joined on in. Okay, so that's not bad. We've got some pretty beat up ships. Let's go ahead and quickly get back to port for a second. And then I think we might actually be able to turn the tide. We might be able to free up some extra troops. But again, all of this is for us to deal with in the next episode. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.